Hello dear students. Alright, let's continue by setting up the other two PCs to the VLAN VLAN 20, right? So we set up the PCs PC1 and PC2, which connected through this fast Ethernet 0/1 0/2 to the VLAN 10, and now we have to connect, or how to say, attach, install, whatever the way you call the other two PCs to the VLAN 20, right? So VLAN 20, fast Ethernet 0/3, fast Ethernet 0/4 PCs will be connected. So for doing that, we will continue the same procedure that we have done for the first two PCs. So we're gonna say interface, right? Interface fast Ethernet 0/3, fast Ethernet 0/3, and switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20, right? So this PC will be assigned to VLAN 20, and then we will exit and do the same comment for the last PC, right? So interface fast Ethernet 0/4 and switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 20, and then we will exit, right? Yeah, very good. So yeah, two PCs now have been configured as in the VLAN of 10 with the name home, these two PCs, and the other two PCs have been configured in a VLAN of 20, which is the name work. So now we can try to do the ping. And one more thing, we can try to see the configurations through the command line prompt of the switch. So now I have access to the switch, and I shifted to its command prompt. So we are still on the switch configuration section. So we can exit from this section. Now we are on the switch section, and then from here, if we type the command show VLAN brief, we can see that the VLANs 10 and 20 with the name home and the work have been set up, and they have the following connections, the PCs in those connections, right? So we can also see some information about the interface, right? So yes, the VLAN 10, 2 VLAN 10, and 2 VLAN 20, right? So this is just a basic information about the VLAN configuration have been set up correctly. All right, so now we can try to run the ping comment among or within these PCs. So we go to the first PC with IP address 1 and 100. So try to ping to the computer that stands next to it, which is with IP address 101. So the reply is reply comes immediately, so which means they can exchange packets, right? And we try to do the same thing for the computer that is physically in the same room, but now in a different subgroup or in a different VLAN, which is VLAN 20 with IP address 103, right? So, and when you type this command, you can see a message like request timeout, because this PC now doesn't see the PC with the IP address 103 because it's in a different group, or it's in a different VLAN, right? So it can only see, this PC can only see the PC with IP address 101. So the same comment we can try from the other VLAN group. So we are on the PC2, and we try to ping first to a computer that it can communicate with, which is the IP address 103. So there's no any problem. Packet exchange occurs here. But if we try to do the same thing with the PC with IP address 101, which is in a different VLAN, then in that occasion the same situation takes place, that request timeout message comes out. This is not because request timeout you don't see because of some configuration setup hasn't been completed well. It's definitely boundary that now this PC no longer will be able to reach out to the PCs in the different subgroup, right? So this is the basic idea of the VLAN, and you can also set up the inter-VLAN connection, and for that you would require a router, and in that occasion you have to give a it's not that important, but you should better come up with the IP addresses, for example 192.168.10.100, and here also 10.100, and in the other group or in the other VLAN you could give 192.168.20, and you can start with 100 because now it's a different network, and you can say here 20.101, right? Which we will deal in further later tutorials. But what I have tried to demonstrate for you now in this tutorial is the setting up the VLAN, and to see how it's the result of it actually affects the packet exchange. So we set up 4 PCs. Once again, they are physically located in the same room. I put one more switch for the reason that sometimes you may go to the config window. Let me open this window. So you may go to the you may not be standing on the switch and the hashtag. Probably you may be standing on the something like switch config step. So if that would occur when I would be configuring this VLAN setting up, I just wanted to show that with a new fresh switch, the way how actually the switch command actually looks like. I mean, for the first time when you open the command prompt of the switch, it should look like this. But if you see something that I have pointed, something in the form of this one, just don't get confused. You can just, because you have already passed these steps, you know, so you can continue from the following step, right? For that reason I put this switch over here. So for now I don't need the switch. I can delete it, and as in the physical side you can see that that switch has is now gone, right? So there because there's no use of it. So that's the whole idea about the VLAN. So in the further tutorials, or you yourself can try to, you know, use the router to establish the inter-VLAN communication as well. But so far for the examination, I expect you to have knowledge of setting up the putting the same computers, putting up the computers in the same room, and then setting up the VLAN among each other, so that there will be some subgroups among them. All right. So that's all about the VLAN. Thanks for the attention.